Color coding is a huge part of my functional planning process. I'm always trying to find new ways to use color to keep me organized. When it comes to my planner, usually that color coding comes in the form of colorful pens and sticky notes. For this year, there is something new that I'm wanting to try as well, but we'll get into that later. Are these the vibes that I meant to end up with when I started putting makeup on earlier today? No, but here we are. Hey there, it's Elisa, but of course you can call me Ellie. Before I start putting together my 2025 planners, I want to figure out what colors I need to set everything up. Whenever I get a new planner, one of my favorite parts about breaking it in is figuring out a new color coding system to go with my new planner. And when I'm figuring out what colors I'm using and for what and how it's going to be implemented in that planner, I rely the most on what pens I choose to help me kind of determine how the rest of my color coding system is going to go. First, I'll figure out what it is that I'm actually trying to color code: appointments, work stuff, Ellie Planet stuff, social gatherings, stuff like that. Once I figure out what I want to color code, then I figure out what pens I want to use for those things that I'm color coding. What really kind of defines my color coding system in my planners each year is the actual pens that I'm using. I do have quite the growing collection of pens to choose from: gel pens, felt tip pens, brush pens, markers. If it comes in a variety of colors, I'm interested. To help me keep track of all the different kinds and colors of pens that I have, I do swatch each and every one of my pens, and I've decided to keep all of my pen swatches in this little tiny notebook that I made with little teeny tiny little 1/2-inch discs from Amazon and this frosted cover from Planner Press. These pen swatches are something that I started doing last year, and it's really helped me figure out my color coding system for this year. Not only does it help me keep track of all of the different choices that I have for my pens, but it also helps me see all of those colors together in one place before I start using them in my planner. And it can give me a better idea of what pens look okay with what other pens and if it all looks okay together. I think that's where I messed up last year. For my 2024 planner, I picked out what colors I wanted to use just based on how much I liked those colors. Luckily, the colors that I enjoy tend to look okay together, but once I started putting all of my plans on paper, it just didn't look right. Some of the colors were just too bright and they stuck out too much, so then the other stuff just kind of looked out of place. So as I'm picking out colors for 2025, while yes, I do want to choose colors that I enjoy looking at, my primary focus was making sure that I was choosing colors that would look good together on the same page and make sense for the plans that I'm going to be using those colors for. I'm also wanting to take more of a neutral color approach when it comes to my regular day-to-day plans, and then keeping the bright fun colors for special events. I'm really thinking about sticking with more like browns and taupes and grays for my regular day-to-day plans, like these colors. Right, Minnie? Want to match my planner? For the most part, the pens that I've decided to use for kind of my day-to-day regular plans in my planner are my Uniball Signo DX in color khaki or 0.29 to write in holidays or more universal national dates, my Uniball Signo DX in color violet or 0.12 for work dates like paydays or days off, a Jelly Roll in the moonlight color cool gray or 444 for important time-sensitive appointments like my dietitian, counseling, personal trainer, doctor, dentist, that sort of thing. A Staedtler Tri Plus fine liner in color dark mauve for work meetings or time-sensitive plans for work. A Staedtler Tri Plus fine liner in color mauve for LA Planet stuff, mostly just to mark down when I have a YouTube video scheduled, which apparently is not very often. A Jelly Roll in the moonlight color warm gray or 445 for social, more fun plans, like if I'm meeting up with friends or have a party to go to. And then for my go-to pen to just grab and use to write in my planner, this year I'm going with a Sarasa Clip in the color gray, size 0.3 for basically everything. Notes, to-do lists, whatever I want. This is the pen I want to do the majority of writing in my planner. I have a sticky note problem. I don't know what it is about tiny, colorful, sticky pieces of paper that gets me like so excited, but it does. I love them. I'm just really, really into sticky notes. So since I'm technically starting a new color coding system, might as well get some new sticky notes too, right? Now, hear me out. I know that I have way too many sticky notes already, but a lot of what I do have are really fun, bright, vibrant colors, and that's not what I'm going for my planner this year. I really want more mild, muted, not even pastel, but like dusty muted color neutrals, you know? And those aren't the types of colors that you usually find in colorful sticky notes. But I did find this brand on Amazon last year. I think it's called Monolike, I don't know. But they have so many of these cute little like page flag size sticky notes that are the exact perfect color scheme that I'm looking for. I don't really have a plan of how I want to use sticky notes this year. Last year I was really intentional and functional with how I was using sticky notes for my LA Planet planner. I'm changing up how I'm doing my content planning, so we're not doing that this year, but I know I'm still going to be using a lot of sticky notes, so I wanted to be prepared. I bought a whole bunch, so hopefully I'll be prepared for whatever I end up needing them for. Okay, so I've got the pens, I've got the sticky notes, kind of, but remember how I said I was trying something new this year? Da 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 da! Okay, so maybe not the most exciting reveal, but this year I really want to get more into highlighters. These Mr. Pen brand highlighters, you know, the square ones. I know highlighters and mild liners are like not a new thing in the planner community. I've just never been that big of a highlight kind of girly. The colors have always been way too vibrant, but while I was looking for the mild colored sticky notes, Amazon was like, hey, you like these colors? Here's some highlighters in those colors too. And I was like, hey, cool. I didn't know that highlighters could come in those colors. I am totally new to the world of using highlighters in my planners, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with them just yet. I'll probably use them to like highlight the different sections of my dashboard or something. Okay, so like I said, my color coding system really is more about the different pens that I use than anything else, but I'm really excited to incorporate these other media into my color coding in my planner as well. So let's check in with where my color coding system is right now. For anything that I want to color code in my planner for LA Planet stuff, I want it to be kind of pink, mauve type colors. I want to stick with dark, dusty purples for work, and then I do want to stick with gray tones for basically everything else. I also want to bring in more colorful, eye-catching colors for bigger, significant events. So for example, like marking my birthday in my planner, I want to use this specific pink pen. That might end up being a lot to keep track of, so I do have the separate insert where I'm writing down what pens I'm using for what, but for the most part, when you look at a page in my planner for the next year, I want it to look kind of mostly grayish, and then if there's any color that really sticks out or catches your eye, I want it to be because that's a really fun, exciting thing that I'm planning for. As opposed to last year when I used a lot more vibrant type colors for everything, and then by the time I used it all in my planner, it looked a little disharmonious. I did have to use a thesaurus for that one. So for changing things for my 2025 planner, I'm probably going to end up with more colors since specific events are going to have their own color, but overall the planner is going to look less colorful, if that makes sense. And I don't even know if that's gonna actually work out, but we'll see. Luckily, since I have all of my pens swatched already, if I do need to change what colors I'm using, it'll be really easy for me to look through and find something new that I want to try. And if you want to see what all of my pen swatches look like, take a look at this video, or maybe you want to check out this video to see my 2024 color coding system.